Hello everybody, BrioS here. So recently I haven't had time to make nice videos for you guys because I've been really busy with life, which has been rather challenging, but I had a really interesting match which I thought I'll share with you guys. And of course I'm going to talk a bit about the match, how it went, some analysis of Viridian Bog for your entertainment. And I hope you guys can, especially the newer players, can learn a bit from this, well, 50-year-old mech dad. Of course, if you just want to watch the gameplay, you can click on the timestamp in the description below. It was basically a comeback from 3-8 down at the 9-minute mark for a very gratifying, glorious victory. So anyway, let's get down to the match itself. So in this particular match, it's Viridian Bog, game mode is Assault, and I started in Team 1 in the western side. And as for the enemy team started as Team 2 obviously because I'm Team 1. And in this particular match, I was actually playing my Marauder 2C-D, which happens to be one of my comfort mechs. As I said, I've been really busy, so all I want to do is click buttons and destroy the enemy. And I started in Alpha Lance. So let's talk about the map itself. So Viridian Bog is of course in quick play, a very interesting map, lots of foliage, and some of the strong points include the Delta 7 area here. Let me just highlight it properly. Delta 7. And that's because from here, you can actually exert a lot of map control. In fact, from Delta 7, the high ground here, there's a hill on top, there's stairs going up. You can control the Charlie 5 choke point, Delta 5 Echo 5 choke point, and the Echo 5 hill, directing long range fire to suppress the enemy and control areas of the map. As for the other parts of the map, we also have Echo 5 hill. There are 2 points, the northern and southern part. These corners are interesting and strong because from this point, you can actually direct fire to suppress the Delta 7 hill, and if you move up, you can direct fire into Delta and Charlie line. And the other spot is of course the hill right at the top. They just call it the Charlie 5 hill. So these 3 areas are really strong. So what happened in this particular match is that the enemy team were able to... Okay, let's talk about myself first. As for me, let me remove me. I actually moved up, moving to take this point here. Let me just annotate that properly. So as for me, I was able to move up and basically, let me delete you. Yep, move up and into Echo 5 here. So that's where I was because I wanted to direct fire into Delta 7, suppress the snipers there, and basically shoot into the left. But interestingly enough, the enemy team didn't go for the Delta 7 hill. They surrendered total control of this hill. But instead, there was an MJ12, 2 men on the other side, and MJ12 are decent players. What they did, they sent Black Lannis and a few other mechs joined them to basically move up and harass these corners here. And they did a good job, basically pushing my team away from the Echo 5 hill, the northern and southern part. Because I didn't have much support, I couldn't trade well against 2 Black Lannis, a Vegal and other stuff. I also had to fall back. So as a result, the enemy team was able to control the Echo 5 hill. There it is. So we surrendered that to the enemy. As for the enemy team, the rest of the slower mechs actually moved along Delta Charlie line. Because they surrendered Delta 7, they had a lot of mass moving up and they were able to control the Charlie 5 hill. So we surrendered these 2 spots on the map. And because they controlled these 2 spots on the map, they were able to fire all the way into our zone and smash all of us. As for my team, unfortunately my team, we kind of derped around. Let me just remove all these yellow lines. My team basically moved forward. There was a pretty big force that decided to actually just camp in low ground in Charlie 5 here, trying to push into the choke point. That's a bad spot by the way. As for my team that fell back from Echo 5, let me zoom in a bit. These are the fast movers, mediums and a few lights and heavy, just derped around here. So from this point, the enemy team was on controlling Charlie 5 and Echo 5 hill, is basically able to direct fire and just destroy these people. And for me, I knew the team was going to throw with enough experience. You know the team is going to derp around. I fell back to the rear of Delta 4 and just held my ground. Because there is actually a hill here, if you know. Map knowledge is strong in any match, there is a hill somewhere here at the Epsi, and I was basically trying to get there. And at this point, it was the 9-minute mark, and that's how it went. Of course, with this being said, you can more or less guess my team were being smashed, and this whole area in the Charlie 5 choke point were totally decimated. And all these fast movers here, who were very clueless, they were going north and south, up, down, up, down, up, down, they were totally smashed. So this, by this point, I was able to, let me just remove all this. At this point, I was able to move behind this hill here, and there were basically 4 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So the 4 of us basically just did a fallback action behind this small hill here, so we can actually just fight. There was a pop-tarting Veagle. He did really well, by the way. Not only could he pop-tart and fire over, the remaining few of us were able to fire either the left side or the right side of the hill. At this point also, the enemy team, I think it was 3-8 down, so I think they were getting really complacent. They actually surrendered all these strong points and just YOLO'd forward. I think it's a matter of the, hey, we've got the match, it's 3-8 down, let's just rush it and finish them. So they came in piecemeal one by one. Yeah, something like this. But along with some good gameplay, good positioning, we were able to destroy this team one by one. Basically, if I control one corner, the remaining 3 mechs went to the other corner. If I shift to the other corner, the remaining 3 mechs moved to the other corner. So that threw off the enemy, because they might press one corner expecting to see a Marauder 2C-D, and then suddenly they see an Irby and a Veagle, and so on and so forth. So that's it. That's how this particular match went. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this really quick analysis of this match. And with that being said, let's get down to the gameplay and see all this in action. So let's go. So as I mentioned, here am I going up the Echo 5, the southern side, taking this position here, because from here I can check out the Delta 7 hill. Interestingly enough, there are no snipers, not yet anyway. As I mentioned, the MJ12 people send their Black Lanners with a combination of their mask, and also this Veagle was there, with a combination of their mask to excel and diesel around the corner. They have a decisive right side. They have a decisive advantage over me, as you can see, and they can basically just paper cut me to death. So this is not a fair trade for me. I'm still going to stand around here a while in case there are enemy snipers at Delta 7, because I gotta suppress them. If you have range, you should suppress the enemy range. I have a few friendlies like this Hatchet Man, and later you'll see a Kid Fox supporting me. But they over-peek the corner and they don't jump, so they're more of a liability than support, to be really honest. Anyway, the purpose for me being here is to cover Echo 5 and the Delta line route, which they tend to go by, and they are going by Delta route at this very point. Two mediums and a light supporting me, so we have about 4 mechs here, at least, at this corner. Hatchet Man wants to support, but with his X-Pulse lasers, he's just gonna end up blocking me.
New target acquired.
Yep, as you can see, I can see a Huntsman in the distance, but with no lines, I'm not gonna stand there too long. No snipers in Delta 7, so I'm gonna support the Echo 5 choke point, the northern part of this hill. Maybe rain some fire at Delta line as they're pushing in now. So range should always fight range, like me right now. At least in the beginning, at the beginning part of the game.
Target acquired.
If you look at the minimap in Delta 4, we have 3 assaults heading to the choke point all the way north in Charlie 5. But without, shoot the Hatamoto please, in game. Without medium or light rotating to Zimbabwe. Yeah, without light or medium mech support to pop that, they're gonna face a big problem, as you can see on the minimap. So at this point I look at the minimap and I realize that my team is all rotating north to Zimbabwe. As I say in the analysis, my bulk of my team is heading to Delta 4. I know Echo 5 is compromised at this point. Even though there are 2 mediums holding the southern part of Echo 5, I'm gonna abandon them. No point staying there supporting them because you will die. One thing about range builds with ECM, you gotta stay far away and use your range. Don't expect range builds with like 1000 meters to rush into brawl at 200.
New target
This is the Echo 5 choke point. Minimax push through here. Kind of fluffed that
New
shot.
target acquired.
Stalker there.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
So as you can see, there are a few mechs in Echo 5 low ground. As I mentioned in my analysis, they're kind of confused.
Target spotted.
In this particular match, yeah, my hatchetman goes down. I'm basically just gonna shoot through foliage. They can't really see me, so I'll deal my damage and pop back behind cover, using the foliage to visually disguise my location. 1-4.
Sorry to get in your way.
So 4 of my teammates have just died for the killing of one enemy. Remember, if you have ECM and you have range, use everything to your advantage.
Yep, sorry to get in your way.
Risking fire as I move to this location in Delta 4. Map knowledge is strong, so I know this. Map knowledge is useful and it makes you strong. That's what I meant to say. So I'm going to use this hill here
New target acquired.
and just rain fire on the enemy as my team just balls up in Charlie 5 low, waiting to die. Enemy team tries to flank, as you can see the Vehicle there, but I actually push them back a bit. Fire, move into cover, cool down,
Acquired.
choose a target, wash and repeat.
Target spotted.
One assault there, hotel. I wanted to shoot him earlier, but I know there's a Black Lantern
New
here.
target acquired.
Yeah, there's Voltron. He's caught. Gonna try secure the kill. There you are. No, he didn't die.
Target destroyed.
No, Pyrite gets him.
New
KMDD
target
though.
acquired.
Black Lanterns can be pretty tanky. So at this very point, at the 9-minute mark, you can see the 4 people balling up around me plus 3 others that is. And the enemy is now basically 3-8 up. This is where the 4 of us make a last stance. Basically play off each other. That means if I'm doing the left side, they take the right. I fall back to cover to cool down, because this is a hot build. And we switch locations. So if the enemy expects a Vehicle on the right side,
New target
as my Vehicle buddy pulls back, they will find Roda 2C-D. There's the other Black Lantern.
Behind us.
So see how the 4 of us are using cover? I overexpose myself a bit, but I survived.
captured.
6-8, a very slow comeback. Accidentally fired my hags.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Quick check on the minimap, the other 3 on the left, so I gotta control the right. Quick check, 1 assault mech. Oh, he's caught left torso open.
Base is being captured.
Base is being captured, but who cares?
Missile.
Get your damage in. Quick shot to the left torso. Gets me the Dire.
Target acquired.
The other 3 are doing really well.
Critical.
9-8 now. We have turned the match already.
Destroyed.
So they're fighting really well. And this Warthog is just chewing me up. He overcommits. Peeking at the same spot twice. So a big no for you. He picked at the same spot twice and he was caught. So kind of a mistake by him. And that's it. The other 3 did really well. By the way, the 4 of us got I think 10
Nice
kills
comeback, guys.
of
We
this
were
whole
down
match.
4-8. Now we're up 11-8.
No, Pirate, you did well. Yeah, they threw the match. Simple. Yep. We were actually down 3-8 by the way, not 4-8. So that's it.
Base is
So
being
I hope you
captured.
enjoyed the last stance. Basically, our team just balled up and died, very passive. But the 4 of us, basically, or rather the 3 of them, came to my position in Delta 4 and formed up. It's an assault. Take your time.
Target acquired.
Go in together.
Base is being
Don't get
captured.
complacent. That's how they lost the match. Yep, and that's what they did. The 4 of us
No, it's
taking
just the
turns to
stalker,
control the
it's
left and right
ordered,
corner.
okay.
Target spotted.
Then it's fresh.
And the enemy team just rushed in and died. So this is a horrible thing to see for the enemy team. Nah, he's not fresh, he's the one I shot earlier. A capping assault at the end of the match. So that's it for this match. Really intense when I played it, and I hope you enjoyed this gameplay video. So let's look at this. 1103 damage, 3 KMDDs, 3 kills. Not too bad, lots of damage. And a sweet match score of 687. But most importantly, if you count the kills, we got 10 kills. Those who stayed alive. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time guys. See you guys around. Bye.